Hi, everyone. Welcome to Anxious While Black, a podcast that explores the intersection of wellness, being Black in America, LGBTQ plus experiences, and the ghetto-ness of just young adulthood. Hi, I'm Emperor.
And I'm Tevin. And we're excited to have our very first guest. Say hello to Delina and Artavia.
Hi. I'm Artavia.
I'm Delina.
We are super excited to have you ladies both here today.
Yes.
Y'all first guest, so I'm super excited.
I'm so excited.
I'm
I
happy
feel
to
blessed.
be here.
But before we start getting into it, let's take a look at these outfits we got on today, guys. We are dressed up.
Yes.
I'm giving you a little chest, a
We
little
love the
cleavage.
green.
You know, I'm talking a little green goes with my skin.
Love.
Look at the full shot of all of us. Yeah. So, guys, we're gonna play a little game. We're gonna do this like ever so often. As an icebreaker to get to learn more about our guests and each other. So we're gonna start it off. Go ahead, Tevin.
Okay, so only question is, what's an unpopular opinion that everyone has?
Unpopular. I feel like I speak for the masses, so
I
everything I
know.
think
The
other
women will
people
agree.
also think
That's
as
the thing.
well.
The women will agree. Unpopular for
Um,
men.
Unpopular for men, I got a long list.
Wow.
I got a long list of things I think that men don't agree with.
You know, I think I'm gonna keep it cute since we're gonna get into it a little more.
Right,
I'll
right,
start
right.
mild. Rosé is nasty. That's mild. That's not controversial.
Ooh.
I'm sorry, you guys. It's time to be
Dang.
serious and real.
I don't like rose
Fair.
either. Listen, I don't like rose.
Y'all are drinking the wrong rosé.
Wow.
Like,
I
you know,
love
there's
wine.
like sweet ones. I
I-
like the tart rosé.
I'm a
that's what you need.
wine girl, but rosé is just it's not it.
Wow. All right.
Sorry.
Listen, I'm in agreement with you.
Yeah.
Like I don't like rosé. I've tried different ones. Tevin's like, this is the best one to get. I go, okay. I go,
It's
yeah, it's
Like,
alright.
mhm.
I'm just kidding. I want to know what that tastes like.
Yeah, but I'm not a rosé
Yeah,
person.
but your favorite wine is also white Zinfandel, so.
No, it's not. You see,
Whoa.
Gee.
that's
Oh,
not easy,
no.
right? that was cool for you, guys. He's lying.
It's just a mild take.
Right. Just a hot take.
Mild.
Unpopular opinion. I mean, be responsible, but I think spend money while you got it. Like, obviously, don't put yourself in a bad position. But if you have money and you want something nice, spend it. You could die tomorrow. Like,
True.
You don't believe in saving.
this generation, okay.
I'm
Let's not take it all the way.
I'm just trying to get into it.
I believe in being responsible, okay? But, like, save your money, but also enjoy the life you have with the money that you make and work hard for.
I'm going to agree with you. I'm going to take it back a little bit from my own personal experience. So I used to, I've been managing for a very long time. Not that long. But I used to watch a movie called Last Holiday by Queen Latifah. You're not like, why? But
I know the word.
That's exactly what this is.
And she was working hard, saving up all this money, not really enjoying her life. So I was in a tumultuous relationship. We ain't gonna talk about it, but I was. And I was working, summertime came, I took extra shifts, being that strong manager. And I'm like, wait a second, these guys and these girls and non-binaries out there living their best lives on vacation. I'm sitting there working in the summertime. And then they got promoted and I didn't.
Ooh.
So I'm like, you know what? Live your best life.
Corporations don't care about you. Is the way I could think about it.
Mm.
Because you
Food
could die
cause anything,
tomorrow.
that's so true.
Yeah.
So you can get cut the next day, even though you're like a top performer.
You could die and they'll
Exactly.
be like, who's next? Who's going to fill?
Who's going
Right.
to
I
fill?
mean, but also, I feel like people save for retirement and they assume they're going to live till then, which is another thing. So I agree.
Yeah.
That is
If
true.
it's in your account, it's for spending. But be responsible. That's it.
Have your 401k, then spend the rest. So,
Right.
yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
A little something, something.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
I think mine is, I don't think Girl Scout cookies are that good.
Oh.
I'm okay with that. I'm not a sweets girl.
Mm.
Give me french fries, but
Yeah,
Girl Scout
savory
cookies,
snacks
I'm like,
only.
these aren't
Really?
that good.
You
Yeah.
can't even get into it like a samosa? Like, nothing?
Maybe
Okay.
like brown butter cookies at Whole Foods, more my thing, but Girl Scout
Those are
cookies,
good.
Yeah.
no.
Those are
Yeah,
good.
I can
Those are
vouch for
good.
those.
I'm not a cookie girl.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad.
My unpopular opinion is going to get some people upset. I do not like pizza, and I don't know what the hype is about it.
Bless
You
you.
see, everyone just turned their head. Dang.
You need to go to jail.
I can go to jail.
Jail. Jail. Jail. I'm sure of. Jail.
My bad.
But yeah, I just again, I don't knock people down for eating it. Like I just don't like. I don't like it. Like I go, okay, it's cheese, bread and sauce, and I'm like, what is this? Like, what is it? I know everyone's gasping. I
Like
don't
all
like it.
pizza.
Or I just don't eat it. I won't eat
Thin
it.
crust,
Like,
deep dish.
I have to be like super intoxicated to even eat a slice of pizza, and then I regret it later. I can't. I just can't stomach it.
Are you lactose intolerant?
I'm not. I'm pizza
Oh
intolerant.
my god.
That is sad.
It's just,
I think
I hope you
we
still like me after
all-
this, but I'm just letting you know, like
That's
I'm
creating a
just
wall.
Favorite
it
midnight
is.
snack.
listen. I still love y'all.
We're gonna munch on some pizza.
Yeah, I was like in New York too. Like
People
it
try to
runs
revoke
off
my,
of pizza
people try to
here.
revoke my car. Talk about you're not from New
Right.
Italian,
York.
like fresh pizza,
just-
cut. Like,
Like
I'll go right past it.
so what is your favorite food?
It's not pizza.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, I said rosé, so that's fair.
You know?
Yeah.
That's fair.
All right. So moving on. So this is Anxious While Black, so we like to talk about what's making us anxious. So what's making anyone anxious for this week? It could be a news thing, it could be something that you've experienced this week.
I'll go.
Yeah, please.
I feel like, so I model, and this week is fashion week, but I'm not doing it this week. I'm not going to castings. I decided, because I'm not happy with, like, I don't want to present myself this way to a casting agent. So I'm like, we live in New York. It'll be again in September. But I feel like that's making me anxious. You know, when you feel like you're not doing enough or you're being lazy or it's like, it's right there. Like, we're so blessed to be living here. I could
Yeah.
just walk into a casting room and try.
Right.
I don't know. That's making me anxious, like seeing people around, like, blowing up. But
Okay.
yeah, a little.
For sure. I would say my career, just its longevity, where it's going, what I'm currently doing, how my next pivot is gonna be. It feels soon. And yeah, just kind of thinking about the future and how I want to go into adulthood with like a serious career.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
What about you?
I guess I dealt with a big loss in my family this week, so that's been my biggest source of anxiety this week. And it's like my first loss that's been so close to me.
All right.
So that's probably where my anxiety has been this week. But spoke with my therapist about it yesterday, and we're in the right direction.
Good.
Love that.
I will have to concur with you. I also experienced the loss. And I think what's really like making me anxious is that I still have to like perform at work as if nothing is happening. And although, people are aware, like, oh, they go, oh, I'm so sorry that, that happened and you're lost and take the time you need. But we still expect you to give 150%. We still expect you to show up every single day. And we still expect you to not show any signs of anxiety or any signs of you. I'm not like this, smiling.
Be a robot.
Then yeah. So that's what's kind of making Emperor anxious this week.
I feel like that circles back to the corporations don't care.
Oh
Yep.
man. Make it make sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so I guess it's time to move on to the topic of the day.
Yes, let's get into the topic. I cannot wait.
Yeah.
So today we're talking about curating your inner circle. Emperor, read us a definition.
We got a little definition going on here. Let's get into it. So Merriam-Webster didn't have something, so Emperor and Tevin came up with something. So inner circle. Your inner circle consists of the most trusted people in your life. This can include your family members, friends, or professional colleagues.
Yeah, and your inner circle is important because it's the people that you're around. It's your support system. It's your loved ones. So it could be family, friends, whoever's, and I guess it can be. We can also talk about, categorize it as a chosen family.
Right.
So that's basically what your inner circle is, like how these people help you get to these people help you get through your day to day, whether it's like job issues that you're having or relationships or anything. These people are those people that you can call on and just ultimately just help you feel better.
No, absolutely. Especially again, me. I had like this is kind of like personal for me, just because like I, grew up where I really couldn't really depend on anybody. So I don't mind sharing this. So I was homeless at one point, up until young adulthood. And, me curating my inner circle slash family kind of helped me like move through certain things. Yes, I prayed and God got me through it all, but it really taught me like you having certain people in your life
Mhm.
will kind of help you get out of certain situations, right? And some people wear the title as family or certain things, and when you're going through tough situations, they're not there. Or when you have people who are in your circle and you're going through a tough time, and they're like, oh, they're not there. They're only there when it's turn up time and having a good
Right.
time and partying.
Convenient.
But when you're down and out, they're nowhere to be found. They're like, all right, I'll hit you back up when you up again. I'm like, wow, what type of a friend are you, right? So
Mhm.
yeah, what about you ladies? What you think?
I agree. I mean, Artavia is my part of my inner circle.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what an inner circle is. Like, I think I also had a really good example of seeing my mom's inner circle and my parents, how they kind of curated the same group of people and, their kids and became my friends, and seeing
Mhm.
how important it was and how it really was family. Like, if any of them needed something, it wasn't even like a friendship. It was like, that's my auntie, that's this, is that. But
Yeah.
that's
Right.
because they built those relationships. And so I definitely think that it almost overpowers family, because sometimes, your family's not even really there for you how you expect your family to be, but these people are. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like we grew up in a similar way with our families, like our moms being a very good example of having a strong friend group, which again, it's like I call them my cousins. Like she would be like my cousin,
Yeah,
like
right.
within Black families.
Right.
But that was like a big thing. So I've always been really close with my childhood friends. I went to boarding school for high school and I stayed close with my friends then. And I think I've noticed in the past 2.5 year a big shift with my inner circle because I'm so used to being like so close with everyone, grew up with all my friends, my family, I'm really close. Then I got here, New York. It's a little different. And
Yeah,
I've been
yeah, it
here for
is.
some time, but I just have been noticing like my mid 20s change of I lost my job, stopped with a certain romantic partner, and lost most of my friends from college all around the same year.
Wow.
And Lena moved here. So it was like a switch of my inner circle. I was so used to having these people for New York. That's what I'm doing. And then I was like, whoa, like if Lena wasn't here, like I have my friends who are at home in California, but I don't know. So it's really had me reevaluate what I look for in friendships moving forward, especially as we're getting like adulting. So yeah, I would agree. It's your family and your chosen friends, but I've just learned how to choose them a little better.
Okay. So how do you sit, any one of you guys can answer this. How do you sit and like actually like curate like your inner circle? Like what are your requirements?
Hmm.
Requirements.
Like, is it age, gender, social economic status?
No to the
Um,
social economic status. I feel like if you make whatever tax bracket you're in, we can be friends. I would feel wrong to discriminate against that. Age, I don't discriminate, but what I'm naturally around is people my age. Gender,
Let's talk about it.
Because boys are weird. They do be weird.
it's hard to
especially
have
in
a
the friend
guy
group.
friend.
Yeah, it's hard having a guy
with
friend.
good intentions. I have a good few though. I don't discriminate.
I don't discriminate, but a requirement I think is just being able to show up as your most authentic self with me.
Right.
Like being comfortable, feeling like you can be honest, and
Mhm.
me feeling like I can show up as my most authentic self with you as well. Um, is the most important thing, because I mean, we all have friends, and I think what differentiates like a friend versus like my inner circle is that key component. Is like there are people who I'll kiki with day and night. We can go out, we can have fun, we can talk, like it's cool. We can even talk about personal stuff, but
Right.
it's still, I'm not still showing up as my most authentic self. Even sometimes people feel comfortable doing that with me. So I think me feeling safe enough to do it and you feeling safe enough to do it is what really deems someone as like, you're in my period.
So
in the middle.
mutual comfortability.
Yes.
And honesty is a big
And
one. Yeah,
honesty.
like if you can be, there should be no reason if we're this close that I can't say something to you either about our own friendship, about something in my life, and vice versa. Like I feel like if you have to put on, like you said, like a persona kind of, be around me, then you're probably not in my inner circle. Because
Mhm.
that's why I feel like, mesh so well, because we can just be real.
You be real.
Always.
You can have uncomfortable conversations, like, and it's not even like a bad blood. Like sometimes
Yeah.
I'll be like, "Hey, girl."
We live with each other. We do.
Yeah, like, let's chat for a bit.
Yeah, and you should be able to have that. I'm pro that. I think
Yeah.
just when people hold things in, especially with a close friend, that's when it gets like, same thing with relationships and family. Like, it's gonna bubble over and then it's gonna come out the wrong way. Like, it's better to be able to bring it up at hand, like right there, and just clear it.
I think a good intention too. Like, no matter what she says to me, I know she's not trying to hurt my feelings.
Right.
Like, or she's not trying to be catty. She's not trying to one up me. Like,
Jealousy.
there's no jealousy. Like,
requirement.
We
Yeah.
can't be
We're not in
jealous.
competition.
Right.
we're not in competition with each other.
I will help you move forward. You help me move
Let's talk
forward.
about
Yeah.
that
Like,
for real.
especially
100%.
with what trying to be in like that side, like, oh, I want to be in modeling and all that stuff. I can't be
Mhm.
friends with people who are jealous or don't feel like we're going against each other.
Right.
We don't even look alike.
Right.
Like, that's what
Yeah.
modeling is about.
At all,
We
right?
wouldn't even be in the
That
same
part.
casting. And I've had men compete with me. I'm like, whoa, like we're not
Wow.
even, yeah. So that's a requirement.
Copy.
Mhm.
So that kind of brings us into what are you wary or cautious of when bringing people into your inner circle?
Jealousy.
I have a few,
Yeah, I have a few. I feel like jealousy is a big one. Or like kind of how we met each other. Like a lot of my inner circle people came from childhood, so it was very easy to like deem them my inner circle.
Right.
But people that I met like as I gotten older, I think it was very crucial like who I met them through. Was that person a good person of character? Like, or did they have the same like minds as like people that are kind of weird? Like, who was their friends before we became friends? Like, where'd you come from before like, we get super close? Like, who were you friends with before and stuff like that?
Yeah. I think I genuinely, this goes into kind of my last year and a half and like what I've been realizing, I think, about myself. I can't be with people who aren't going to be happy for me, like
Very important.
based on the decision. Obviously, if I'm like not doing things well for myself and, they won't be
Right.
real. But if you're just generally like a hater, and sometimes people aren't so blatantly like, out in the open, like I hate that. Like it's the sneaky ones. And I've noticed that with my friends. Even I recently got, I don't know about recent, we're almost at a year, but I have a boyfriend and we're in a relationship. And I just noticed in the beginning, like so many of my friends, not in my inner circle anymore, but like didn't really have the most positive things to say with no context. It was giving kind of jealousy almost, where it's like, you haven't even met the man. I haven't told you anything negative. And I just feel like people's reactions to things like that, good news within your career, it's just like, I'm weary of it. Negativity, I guess.
I respect that. We have a friend who she got promoted. I want to say, was it 2 years ago? She got promoted. Obviously was happy for her. Like any promotion, we're gonna celebrate it. And one of her close friends were like, yeah, I'm sorry, but I can't be happy for you. So two things. I respect that she told her. I'm like, okay. But also I'm like, you just told your friend you can't be happy for her.
Crazy.
Like that's wild
and for
to
something
me.
that has nothing
No-
to do with
nothing.
you.
Again, she was going through her own situations, but I could be going through hell and hot water, and my friend is having a great time. I'm gonna put on a brave face, put on my big boy pants, and we gonna celebrate you. And I'll go cry at home
Right.
because it's not about me, right? It's about my
Mhm.
friend and me being a support system. And I'm like, what if the roles were reversed? How would you feel? She said that to you. So I definitely believe in just like there's no reason for you to judge any situation. Again, now if your partner was like this crazy person and like, yeah, but you said they didn't even meet or know anything about
Yeah.
him. So my thing was like, you already started making an assumption off of nothing. So
Right.
what type of friend are you? So you're gonna do that in all situations that I have. Whether it's a new job, a new partner, me getting a dog, me getting a new house, you're gonna start criticizing everything.
Right.
That's toxicity at its finest.
Mm-hmm.
I want to go back to what Delina said, how you met the person is important. I'm thinking just like even like the environment you meet them in. I've told you, Emperor, like I'm very wary of people like I meet around alcohol.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I'm like, I
Mhm.
don't know if that's the real person I'm meeting or if I'm meeting like their alcohol based or whatever else they're on type of person.
That's true.
Alter ego.
That's true.
Especially in this city.
Yeah.
Like, right, always
You don't know what
drunk,
people are
right?
on.
People are weird. Like, yeah, I agree with that. That's a good
No,
one.
that is really, really good. One thing that you also mentioned, and I think you three all share this, a lot of you guys in the circles was built like childhood.
Yeah.
So they seen
Mhm.
you grow, they seen your ups and downs, and they seen you when you was a teenager and adult. So they kind of understand, like, just the whole evolution of you guys. Mine is a little different. I don't have anyone in my inner circle from childhood. And I had to like look back on a lot of things. And I'm like, oh, well, yeah, there was some jealousy there, or there was, not accepting me for who I am, or just use the wrong people. Like, I grew up in the Bronx. Shout out to you guys who's still there. But
We from the Bronx, New York.
because the goal for all of us was to work hard. I'm not saying the Bronx is terrible, there's some good parts, but the part I grew up in, it needs some improvement. So the goal is to either give back or get out. Remember,
Mm.
got out. And I look back, I'm like, I'm kind of glad that maybe we didn't kind of like create these friendships, because maybe I would have not elevated myself to move further, right? Or maybe I would have been stuck on the corner, doing things I ain't gonna talk about because we have young people watching the show. But yeah, I just find it very interesting that I created my inner circle as I got older. But at the same time, it's been very difficult for me because a lot of people refuse to let me in their circles because they're so guarded. So I had this issue, probably still have this issue a little bit, where people say, we know you're cool, but like, I already have my crew.
Yeah.
Or, you're a little too friendly. Like, so what's your intention? I goes, I'm emperor all day. This is what I give.
Right.
But I get it. Like, they're saying, like, well, when I was growing up, I experienced A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And I'm just very, very close and very, very tight. And, it's hard for me because I'm like, I just want like someone to be my friend and be there for me. And, or someone I could sit there and like, I don't have to be, Emperor who, sings, by the way, check it out. So, or, Emperor who's a manager, or, does this, like, take the hair down, put up in a bun, and just put on some sweats and a t-shirt and have a conversation. It's been very difficult for me to find that at the age I am, which I will not be discussing. But yeah, I just think it's very interesting that you guys did that at a young age. So do you think that has more of an effect on everything?
Absolutely. I was about to say that's so brave of you. I mean, I know it technically wasn't a choice, but just trying to make most of your friends older, I can't imagine. Like I said, last year I realized if Delina had not moved here, I would have been like, I'm not good at trying to make friends. I think.
Yeah.
I feel like no one is really.
Yeah,
I feel like
I'm about to be like, we're not at school.
Right.
I wasn't even at work with the coworkers. I had lost my job. I'm like, I'm not about to go outside and just meet some randoms. I wasn't the people with the alcohol. Like, hey, I don't know. And that's so, I commend you for that because I like the fact that a lot of my friends have seen me through my phases, know my family, like can reference me at 9, 14. Right. And that's what I noticed. A lot of the friends that I don't have anymore, it's like, well, we didn't even make it through like 20 to 23. Like, and I have these people, which is enough for me, but I don't think about people who are trying to make friends.
But I do wish that I did have someone like, oh, we go back since, the playground or something like that, where they see me evolve, they see me get more comfortable with who I am, as a proud Black man. And I don't really have that. So it's been very interesting trying to like navigate that whole inner circle situation.
Plus, I feel like there's so many more factors that go into being friends as an adult. Like,
that's true.
When you're a kid, you're innocent. Like,
Right.
It's really just like, do you vibe? Like, do we have a vibe? Like, and that's kind of it. But like, as an adult, it's like, what do you value? Like, what are your family values? What are your friendship values? Where are you financially? Like, if we split an Uber, can I trust you to sell me half? Like, or,
Without
or
even asking. Like,
right, without even asking.
I should have to ask you, like, we're in the Uber together. Like,
right.
let me have the money. What's going on?
Money is a big one.
Money is a big
You
one.
want to land on me just now or knocked out because you was drunk? Send me half of the money when you wake up.
Half when you wake up. Or, you called it this time, I'll call it next
Exactly.
time.
Part.
You got this drink, I'll get the next one. And it's not a conversation, like some awkward, like, oh, like,
yeah.
Like, no, things like that, mutual respect. And especially, like, even when it comes into, like, with the girl relationships, there's so much pettiness nowadays that happens.
I need
like,
I need to hear about this.
So much pettiness that goes on. The boys are breaking up the girls.
The boys have us down.
Did you watch the Barbie movie? If you didn't, go watch it.
That's the problem that I feel. Like, how are y'all letting someone, whether like if it's a boy or girl, how are you letting someone who you're talking to or potentially like, or probably don't even notice you, come between you and like your friendsps? That's weird to me.
It's
I'll tell you
wild. No, RTV definitely can. But like, before she gets into it, I again think like, when Artavia first got into a relationship, because when I first got to New York, Artavia was single. We were living a different life. And then life was different. Like,
A little different.
life was just a little bit different. And then, she got into a relationship, and I had an honest conversation with her. I was like,
She got boring.
but I was like, she got booed up and tucked away. But like, I had an honest conversation with her because I've seen men get in between relationships
Right.
and friendships. And I was
Mhm.
like, so how are you in a relationship? Because I never knew, I've known Artavia in a relationship, but I've never like lived with her, been so close to her in a relationship.
Right.
Opposite coast.
Right. So like, I was like, how are you in a relationship? Like, is it like, I'm never going to see you again? Like, or is it like, we're going to hang out and this and that? Like, are you my man? Like, or are you still like my man and my friends? Like, either way, I want to know so I know the expectation to have for you. That way, like, if you're like, yeah, girl, I'm about to be ducked off in the next 3 months and live. See ya. Like, then I'll hit you up 3 months from now. And in the meantime, I'll figure out what I'm going to do with my time.
But in terms of letting a guy get in between, I won't spill all the tea, but I've just lost a few friends because I've dealt with a dishonest man and dishonest friends, if you get what I mean.
I get you.
Yeah, things are going on behind the scenes that I didn't necessarily feel comfortable with. And that goes with another one of my requirements. I think I have a lot of trust issues with girls who, how do I put this?
Put it the best way you
It's
can.
like,
I don't know, I'm like,
girls who secretly want your man. That's really what it is.
yeah, and
Okay?
I've dealt with enough of
Like,
those where it's like,
Enough of those.
yeah, so I had
they're
to
like-
wait.
More than one.
Mhm.
Wait a second.
Yeah, we learned some things
Put
in
these cards
college.
down.
Yeah,
Let me drink this.
yeah.
Oh, I gotta drink something
We
real quick.
learned a few lessons in
Mhm.
college. I sure did. And I'm gonna take full responsibility for keeping myself in that situation. Like, it's not like I was just bamboozled. Immaturity. But yeah, I've had a few friends who have done things that make me like, I just have boundaries, strong boundaries now with like
Right.
my boyfriend and my friend. It's like, this is what it is. Nobody's hanging out when I'm not there. Like,
I
and
respect
so,
it.
yeah, it got really, the lines got very blurred and I didn't appreciate that from either party. So that's how I think I've let a man get in between. But that was more so morals, where it was
Right.
like, girl, dang, like I can't even.
You have none. They had.
Yeah, you're
absolutely
trying to get me to
none.
break up with him so you can get him. Like, how about that?
And my
And-
thing is, a real friend. I'm sorry. Like I get it. I love you. I'm glad you set boundaries because, baby, here's the line in the stand. You step over it, you're done. Right. My
Mhm.
thing is, I don't ever want to have to feel that any of my friends are looking at my partner. Period. Right.
Period.
Like, if that's my partner, you should look at them as a brother, a sister, a cousin. You should be unattracted to them because I'm with them. Even if
Arm's
even if
length.
we break up, you still should be unattracted to them
you.
because absolutely not. So somebody named Baldo, right?
Mhm.
Was trying to help me at work, trying to be there, like a mentor to help Black people move up. I'm here for it. I do it all the time. So to see someone in a high level do that for me, I was really, really excited. So I noticed that they started acting like really, really weird, asking me like this random questions. And then I noticed that they started taking pictures of me and like posting it on their social media, but not of my face, like maybe my arm or a hand,
Soft launch
talking
type of
about,
thing?
out with my boo, out on a date. Yeah, it was crazy. It was absolutely.
First
You
of all,
laugh because you
HR
know it.
violation.
Yeah, I should have called you. Like, I should like what's
Whoa.
going on? It was wild. Like the last time I saw anything, I was like working out, and I put in a little, put in time, and I'm like, "Are you recording me?" Oh no, I'm just only recording you. Like I'm gonna send it to you. I'm like, I said, but my back is turned and there's mirrors all over the place. So I'm like, why are you recording me
I'm so
as
embarrassed.
I'm working out?
That is so embarrassing.
That is so
Oh
embarrassing.
my
And getting caught,
God.
getting caught is giving loser. Sorry, like it's big
Desperado.
loser.
I'm sorry, Baldo. That's
Desperado.
bad.
Or the worst time things too when you're trying to like build a friendship and then they kind of cross that line and you're
Yeah.
like, yeah, no, like I'm not interested. Then you get butthurt. Like, oh, I didn't want you anyway, or
Ooh.
or one of them was like, I don't know if I have a nickname for them, so we're gonna say somebody was like, oh, I don't want you like that. I was like, I'll tell you about this. Remember I said I was on the phone with somebody.
Yeah.
And oh yeah, we're gonna mention about babe. Talk about, oh, I don't want you like that. I was like, you were saying that
After
me.
you just try.
Yeah, you saying that me in the party. You tried to dance up on me.
Mhm.
And I had to back up away. I almost fell into the DJ booth.
That's so
You-
embarrassing.
you think I want
the
you?
secondhand embarrassment from these people.
Oh,
Oh, God.
man.
Said, oh. Oh.
So like to keep everything like clean and like so you don't have like to keep track of too many different people. Do you have like a maximum number of people you would include in your inner circle?
I'd say like, I like to look at like friendship. Like you have the period. Those are like my
Tears.
peoples.
I do
Yeah,
tears.
there's tears. Like
Right.
I feel like in the very center, it's really like 2 to 3, and that's not including family. Like family, I just put it in a different category. That's my family. But
Right.
like outside people, it's really like 2 to 3. Because even that, it's like the next tier up. I'm like, we're still very, very close, but like there's just something that I wouldn't classify you as like my inner circle.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. Like,
No.
there's nothing wrong with that at all.
I feel like I've always been a person with a lot of friends. Sorry. I have always had many types of friends. And now, in my new truth, I'm like learning, or I've already learned and realized I'm very okay with it being small. Like you said, 2 to 3, like of who I speak to day to day, who knows my business like that. I consult, like, I have asked you for advice because I trust you.
Right.
2 to 3. I don't have a strict number, like if there's one more, you're booted or something,
Right.
but I definitely have tiers. I think of it more of like we go out, we have fun,
Right.
we can have a chit chat, every now and then we hang out in person, and then it's like we're going on vacation, or I would
Right.
live with you, or something. So not a strict number, but I prefer small. I've learned the value in having like a small amount of close friends.
As I progress in my career, like, doing this cool podcast, pursuing music and doing all that type of stuff, I'm like, less is more for me. Like, I don't have to worry about checking in on a bunch of people as much. At first I want like a whole like crew, like, oh, a bunch of us, we go to the gym and do this.
It's
I'm
so
like,
fun.
I'm like, I kind of like being home sometimes. And like, if I'm going through a tough time, I'm like, who's the 2 or 3 people I kind of like reach out to and say, listen, I'm stressed.
Oh,
That's important.
yeah. Honestly, and I love the idea of a duo. Every time me and Delina go out, like, it's just
2.
It's
2 is the
as
magic
a
number.
girl, if you're trying to finesse, and by that I mean just get into the club. Nothing
Right.
crazy.
Nothing crazy.
Yeah. I mean, like, you don't stand in line. That's all. That's where it stops. But as a duo, it's easier. We're on the same page.
We're on the same page. That's really what it is.
You're on the same line.
We're on the same line.
The line, the page,
everything. Like when you have 3 people, no shade to the trios, but like it's just, if one person's having a mood, like, or if one person doesn't like it, it's so much harder to get 3 people on the same page than 2. Like,
yeah.
2, we're naturally just kind of like, yeah, okay,
And
cool,
like,
cool. Listen,
you can't let one in and not the other. We're girls. You're not gonna go alone.
Girls.
Like, a group of 4, and this is not just about getting into the club. I'm just using this as an example.
It's a great example.
Right.
'Cause I've seen it happen.
Yeah.
I've heard about it happening.
Groups, like 2 is just the easiest way to, like, that's why we're gonna be in a certain room. Not that we weren't invited.
Let's be real. It's very rare that you see a group of, I want to say, 4+ where they all like, y'all all giving looks. Probably like 2 who are like, okay, beautiful, gorgeous, whatever. There's one who's all right. Then there's that one you like, you're my friend, I love you, but like, we can't get in with you because shoe game ain't shoe gaming. The hair's to the side. We ain't gonna mention no names, but like,
that's where the
it
jealousy
happens.
comes.
And then it's like,
It's
there's an
true.
argument. Now you ruining my night because you couldn't get in, because you didn't fit the dress code. Now you mad at me. I'm like, but I got in.
Right.
And
Well, I'm not the kind of girl, if the bouncer denies one, I'm gonna go in without you. I can't do that. Now, if
Right.
you just straight up ignore the dress code, I mean, I feel like I don't hang out with people who don't know how to like show up.
I mean, that's the real part.
Yeah,
Right.
but if you like, if it's, bouncers are harsh about girls, and it's like a lot of times they're colorist or they're just,
That's so
off.
sad.
And so it was never that serious. If we are going out together, we'll go to the next club. Like, I'm not saying it in a way where it's like, we're just both, I mean, we are gorgeous girls, but it's like, I just wanted to clear that up because I do have friends, that I go out in groups, and if it doesn't work, it's never that serious. Like, I never
Right.
needed to be in the club that bad.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't believe in leaving people behind.
I don't believe no one behind.
Yeah.
I don't want you getting upset. Like, why you mad at me though?
Oh,
I've seen it
yeah.
happen. Like, I'm like,
not my fault.
I'm like,
Right.
we didn't get in. It's okay. We'll go somewhere else.
Yeah. Now, again, if you purposely ignored like what I told you to dress as or whatever, if it was a specific, then that's technically on you. I still won't leave you, but
Yeah.
We can have a coaching conversation. We'll get through it next time.
Right.
send me your outfit before.
Right.
We can-
Get it right up.
Yeah. Clear with me.
Don't do it again.
It's a warning.
Yeah,
It's a
be okay.
warning. It'll be a verbal this time.
Yeah.
It'll be a verbal.
Now, and see, I don't trust girls who will just, they choose the bottle over the friend.
If we're gonna end this on mess, is there
Yeah.
is there anyone in your inner circle you feel like shouldn't be in there or is on their way out?
Ooh.
There's sometimes that you get older, right? And you start like just moving different spaces. It don't have to be hate sometimes. Sometimes you're like, oh, this is just, we've come to an end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then there's other times where you're like, no, you have to get out because pack your
Right.
bags, Farrah Franklin, your luggage is at the airport, you gotta go. Like, sorry, Farrah, but it's true. Yeah, like, you have anybody like that in your circle?
Yes.
We can just leave it at that.
You don't have to give them names, you have to give them
I
names.
mean, no, it's not bad. I think it's like, we're reaching a point where, we're grown women, like, and especially when you've had people that you've known for a long time, like we said, through childhood, through a lot of phases, and you become adults and you actually start to double down on like, no, I actually don't like that in you. Or like, no, that's actually something that I don't really look for in my friends. Like, and when everyone's kind of in college or in their early 20s messing around, it's very easy to like not necessarily associate behavior with like their character, But I feel like now we're getting to an age where like it's like, oh, that's about like who you are. Like that's like who you are as a person. Like that wasn't just like, I was just like messing around. Like, no, you do that for real.
Choose to do that.
You choose to do that. That's different.
I'm here for growing apart. I understand, like, not here for it, but like,
I get what you're saying.
like a graceful depart. We don't have to be as close. It's no drama, no beef. That's fine. But yeah, I think that's a good point. Like, what I'm noticing is I'm heading in a certain direction, and I would love it if all the friends I grew up with were interested in going in that direction as well. If
Right.
you're not, we probably will naturally grow apart. Are there some people that I'm reevaluating, like, what their priorities are in life and like if they align with mine? Not that we're like married, we don't have to be the same, but
Right.
when it comes to my values and like what I want to be associated with, and
You
I'll
have to
leave it
move
at
from
that.
one tier to the next.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that doesn't mean you're booted unless you do something trifling.
Right.
But yeah, we're just,
I think you are your friends. Like, I stand heavy on like you are the people you surround yourself with.
We all are very busy. Like, we have lives. Yes, we're friends, but we have lives outside of everything, right? Whether you're personal, romantic, professional, whatever. And I think a friend should value your time. Like, if I'm like, listen, I'm available these days.
Mhm.
I'm doing A, B, C, D, E, F, G, all the way down to Z and some numbers. And I just, when are you available? Oh, I'm not sure. Okay, great. I get you busy. Like, so what are you doing? Or what's going on? Or why am I reaching out to you always one-sided to
Mhm.
spend time, but I see that you spend time with other people who don't even care about you willingly.
Mhm.
So I had to sit there, and send someone a message. If you're watching it, oh well. I was like, my time is very, very important and precious. And I actually sent them. I had time in December. I was hurt. I fractured my toe. It's still fractured, by the way. Had to get my deviated septum fixed, and I was just stuck with my thoughts.
The
So I
new
was
year
like,
was
I had
coming
time to
around.
like, listen, you ain't being a real friend to Emperor because my requirement is all of this, and you ain't giving me any of this. So why should I keep you in my life? So people had choices to whether go with the that way or take the next road and go somewhere else. But I also see that like after we shot our first episode of the podcast and I have some music coming out and I'm doing my thing, these people, oh, hi, Emperor, how are you? Yeah, I'm so proud of you. I see you got the podcast out. I see you wasn't there when I was putting in the work,
Not a fan.
but you want to be there for the celebration. So I'm dealing with that. So there will be a lot. Y'all see the differences. Y'all already see who I'm hanging out with now. Me and Kenzo. And Kenzo, by the way, is my dog. That is who I am, but on all seriousness though, but it's wild. Like, and I don't have an issue with having those conversations. This ain't
Yeah.
working.
And that's
Period.
good.
This ain't working.
If you're non-confrontational, that I find that you're in more dishonest friendships. So that's good.
Right.
That you could call people out, and if they want to stay, then they can defend themselves. If they want to be, a coward and
Yeah.
not to the but yeah.
To the person in question.
I don't know you, but yeah.
Oh man.
And for me, you'll never know.
Ooh.
Okay, mysterious.
You know what that sound means?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's time for Emperor's Rant.
That's right.
Okay.
I've been waiting for this the whole entire show. Let me drink some before we start this rant. Let me get a little sip because baby,
I love a rant.
So I forgot my trusty timer this week. I'm just gonna have to use my phone. So Emperor, you know how this goes. You have 2 minutes.
Yeah, 2 small, lonely, minuscule minutes, y'all. You don't give me no time. 2 minutes. See how much I talk?
2 minutes to
Love
get it
me.
off
There's
your
no love
chest.
there.
And that 2 minutes
And the
starts
chest is out.
now.
Oh, it started. Oh, wait. Put it down.
Oh.
Wait. All right, so I gotta talk about it. My rant of the week is hairstylists overcharging and not knowing how to do like natural hair, period. Like, am I making this up? I know I'm not. So
Mhm.
listen, I don't understand why I'm being charged $200+ for 8 straight backs. I don't understand. And then I don't get how if I'm 2 seconds late, you're charging me an $85 service fee. But if you're late by 30 minutes, I still have to sit there and wait.
Right.
I went to a black owned spot. I'm not going to say the name because I'm trying to protect you because you are black owned, where I had to go to 4 separate stylists because the first one, she was late by 45 minutes and then she was extremely unprofessional. The next one I went to was doing my hair. She was sweet, but she was an hour and a half late. And then they had the nerve to say, "Oh, can I take a picture of you? A picture of me afterwards of your work? No, you need to pay me. Why am I paying you to take a picture of myself?
Give me money.
Absolutely not." And then she's combing my hair, and shout out to my stylist who did this today, which was me, because I had to do it myself. Why? Because y'all sitting there and y'all not professional. And y'all pulling my hair out. I had to sit there and do a trim. Like, I need you guys to get it together. And then when I was 5 minutes late due to the Q train not working, you want to roll your eyes and say, "I have to do a different hairstyle because I don't have the time." Then walked out, got food, and then did my hair afterwards. That is not professional. It is disgusting, and it makes absolutely no sense. I should not be spending less money on a Beyonce ticket to go see her perform for something that lasts a lifetime, but I'm spending more money to get, again, 8 straight backs. Look. 1, 2, 3, 4 times 2 is 8. I don't understand that. It makes no sense. It's just ridiculous. So I understand why, we have hard times like finding stylists because you guys want to overcharge and upsell. Even a bust down, how much a bust down cost? $500, $600, $700? Then you want to give me some cheap pack of hair? No. It makes
Time's
no
up.
sense. What? I'm gonna finish this later. Come on now.
And I hate that for our community.
Yeah.
It makes no
I
sense.
hate that for our
I hate
people.
that for
I
our
hate that for our
people.
people.
Wow.
We've got to do better.
We scam each other out of our dollars.
Scam.
We do
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
There's a
For
scarf
8
on my
straight
head for a
bags?
reason today.
Listen,
Okay?
you get your hair done. I did it. Empress sat there, and I can do hair, but I don't feel like doing it.
I hate that. And
I
I'm
wanna
like,
go
I'm
feel
sorry.
pretty
Are
and
you
go
about to
come
do Beyonce's hair? Like, what are the
Right.
fees?
It's the fees. It'd be the late fee, the
$30 blow dry fee.
deposit.
Right.
You gotta come with it washed and blow dry
Whatever
and
happens to the hair
detangled.
shops? I'm sorry, but the hair
No.
shops, they wash your hair, they blow dry it, and they do it for a normal price. Now everything's added cost, and you learned online.
Everything. Oh, what's your hair texture? Extra. Wait, what?
It's-
Wait a second. Excuse me. I know we still rant. I'm sorry. We cut this part out, but
Sorry.
I just,
Well,
I'm
Look,
passionate
it's
about this now. It's hair.
Mhm.
well, that's all the time we have for today.
That's it. It's over already.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
I had so much fun.
Yeah.
I feel like I barely talked.
I can talk all night.
And I was like, you want to run another episode?
I can chit chat right now.
We would love to have you ladies come back, obviously, on a future episode. We
Yes.
love you guys. Y'all were so great. And again, you are our first guest, so we'll never forget that.
Well,
Yes.
follow
Yes.
AWB Pod on all social platforms. Visit
Yes.
anxiouswhileblack.com for more on the show or for more important resources to help you in your everyday life. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, you can email us at that's HEY, at anxiouswhileblack.com. See you next time.
See you.
That's so cute. Bye.
Bye.